Hello everyone, this is Crypto Dave. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to show you how to make a paper wallet to store your Bitcoins safely. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let's go take a look at the outline which I have prepared for this video. Okay, first we're going to learn how to create a paper wallet, okay, using the website bitaddress.org. And here is the website www.bitaddress.org. okay, and we're gonna basically make up the paper wallet using BIP38 encryption. So in other words, we're gonna put a passphrase in there to safeguard our paper wallet. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're going to set up the entire procedures so that we know how to retrieve it, how to store the paper wallet in our system. Okay, and let me just kind of show you a photograph of what we're going to end up with. Okay, now we're going to end up with something like this. So basically we're going to have like set 1, set 2, set 3, however number of sets you want. Okay, you can make up 10 sets, 5 sets, 15 sets, depending on how many coins you have, right? But we're just going to go ahead and make one set. So let's say set 1, you're going to have a piece of paper like this, and then you're going to write down all the hints to the passphrase, and then I'm going to show you how to basically store your Bitcoins like this. And then once you spent it, then you're going to just cross it out, and then make a note to yourself saying that the Bitcoin has been spent, it's been sent somewhere else. Okay, let me show you another photograph. Okay, so here's another one. You would make up the paper wallet. This is the paper wallet, right? And then you would number it, and then once it's been spent, well, you would send the Bitcoins there to store it there, right? And then once you spent it, then you would just cross it out, put spent, so you know that the money has been, the Bitcoins has been spent, right? Okay, so let's get right down to it. First of all, what are we going to do? We need to go to bitaddress.org. Let me just kind of like refresh this real quick. Okay, so www.bitaddress.org, and then it'll take you to this website where you have to kind of like move your mouse around to generate some randomness, and this is how they create the keys. Okay, the keys to your Bitcoin paper wallet, right? So the more you move your mouse around like this, the better it is, because the more random the numbers will become. So just kind of like move it around, and then in a few seconds it'll generate a paper wallet for us. Okay, so we have a paper wallet, right? This is one paper wallet. So we have a public address where you send your Bitcoins to, right here, and you can scan it, of course, and then send it that way. Once you scan it, then this number comes out, right? So this is the public address where you send your Bitcoins to the store. This is the secret or the private keys. You never show anybody this side of the wallet. Like you always keep this private. Always keep this private, right? And because once you show people this, the private keys, then they will be able to take your Bitcoins. And then you would have lost your money, right? So recently there's a lot of scams out there, people trying to get your private keys. This is the key they're talking about, right? So you have to be careful not to show anybody this private key or this QR code. Now, in terms of security, safety, okay, I think it's always better to put the BIP38 encryption. So this is actually, I think, okay, it's not safe enough. I wouldn't just store my Bitcoins on here, because once people get a hold of this, they can sweep the wallet and take out your coins, right? So what I normally do is I normally go to, and I want more paper wallets. Like every time I go to this website to make paper wallets, I make a minimum of like 7, and I fit them on one sheet. Okay, so this is what I normally do. So kind of like follow along and then see if this is what you want as well. But I think this is the best, most safe way to do it. So click into the paper wallet. Okay, now we don't want any of this fancy stuff, because it kind of like, it confuses things, so we want to hide it. We want to hide all the artwork, okay, because basically we want to make sure that everything is clear. and you know, being colorful and you know, looking fancy. That's not our purpose here, right? So hide the artwork if that's okay, and then we want to click BIP38 encrypt, and we click yes, right? So we want to add in a BIP38 encryption passphrase. Now this passphrase is really important because if you don't have a passphrase, then once people get your private keys, they can take your Bitcoin. But if you have a passphrase, you have to enter your passphrase correctly. Otherwise, even if they have your private key, they cannot take out your Bitcoins, right? So I always add this. And then let's go and make, this is how I normally do it, okay? So we have to add in the passphrase, right? So open up a notepad and then type Bitcoin paper wallet set 1. Okay, because this is a set 1 series, right? So it's from 1 to 7. From wallets 1 to 7. Okay, and then we got to make up some hints so we can create our passphrase. Okay, so let's just say, what country, what city were you born in? Right? What city were you born in? You can say, well, I was born in, I don't know, somewhere in the United States. Let's just say I was born in San Francisco. Okay, no caps, please. San Francisco. Okay, who is your favorite pop star? Pop star. Okay, and then let's just say, I don't know, who's your favorite pop star? Let's just say Prince. Okay, and you know, you make up a few of these interesting questions and answers that only you know. Something that's really personal and specific, and it'll only apply to you, right? So, which high school did you attend? And then you can put, I don't know, any high school that you know, whichever high school it is you went to, but it's got to be something personal. So you can say San Gabriel, Gabriel High. Okay, high school, San Gabriel High School. That's in the suburbs of Los Angeles, a place where, somewhere near where I grew up when I was a little kid. These are just, you know, fictitious. Like for me, like, it doesn't make any sense, but I just want to put these in, you know, just to make a point here. Number 4, what was the color of your first car? That's a good one, right? What color was your first car? You can say, I don't know, black. Okay, I had a black car before. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make another one. Okay, what is your favorite movie? Which is your favorite movies? Let's just put, I don't know, Star Wars. Okay, so that should be good. And then we're gonna type all this out again in one phrase, one word. San Francisco, Prince, San Gabriel High School, black, and then Star Wars, right? Now it is, guys, listen, it is very important to get this absolutely right. And also, you might want to think of like shorter words, because this is really long. Not such a, okay, you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to put the school I went to, SMHS, instead of putting all this, which is, it's a little bit too long. Okay, SMHS, which stands for San Marino High School, which is actually the high school I graduated from. And then instead of putting San Francisco, let's just put, I don't know, LA. Okay, Los Angeles, okay? So you need to tell yourself abbreviation only. ABBREVIAT. Did I spell this right? Abbreviation only. Okay, so you just need to put the abbreviation, so it's LA. So LA Prince SMHS and then Black Star Wars. Okay, so this is a little bit easier to type out when it comes to time to retrieving your bitcoins, right? Okay, so copy this. Okay, so just make sure you get this right, because if you get this wrong, then your bitcoins are stuck in the wallet. Okay, you're not going to be able to retrieve it. So kind of like triple check it. Okay, and then once you make sure it's right, then go back to your bibaddress.org website, paste that in, and then we need to generate 7 addresses on a page because it fits nicely. So once you've done that, okay, make sure it's checked, then just click generate. Okay, it takes a little while for it to generate, but then that's okay. A couple seconds. There we go. Okay, so now we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 Bitcoin paper wallet addresses here. Okay, this is one address. This is one address. This is one address. This is one address, and so forth, right? So let's say for the first one, this is one paper wallet. We have the private key. We have the public key. This is the public key where you send bitcoins here. This is the key where you send bitcoins to, right here. Okay? And if you use a QR code scanner and you scan this QR code, this key will come out, right? So you can give this to your friends if you want them to send you some Bitcoin, or you can send your own Bitcoins here and it'll be stored under this address, under this key, Bitcoin address key, right? This wallet. This side of the equation, like here, this is what you don't show people. Never show people this private key, because this is supposed to be kept by you. It says private, encrypted private key, so it's encrypted because why? It has a password, right? We put in a password, remember? So let's take this out real fast. Okay, so we have a password. It's password protected. Okay, so it's safe, but still, guys, don't show anybody your private keys. Okay, just keep it to yourself. Okay, and then of course this QR code as well. So this is one paper wallet. 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 Okay, and so forth. Okay, so we have a total of 7 paper wallets right here that we can use. Okay, now this is what I normally do. Once I generated these addresses, I want to copy it. Just copy everything and then go to that notepad we did this on. Okay, and draw a line. Okay, kind of like divide it, and then paste all this stuff here. Okay, now why do I do this? Because when it comes to time to retrieving your Bitcoin, you're gonna be happy that you have all these keys available. You can just copy and paste it. Okay, of course you're not gonna be typing it, but then you might have to scan it. Okay, scan the QR code and then that would be a little bit inconvenient. So this is the most convenient, which I found, right? So just make sure you copy it and paste it here, so you have it in hard copy like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have 7 Bitcoin addresses right here. Paper wallets, right? So we have the public key and then we have the private key, right? And now let's just save it. Save as, and then paper, let's just put BPAPER wallet, WALLET set 1. Okay, I normally don't use the word Bitcoin because I'm trying to be as secretive as possible. Okay, so even if somebody looks at my computer, at my hard drive, well, if they see paper wallet, they're probably gonna know, but then I just don't want to put the word Bitcoin, just want to be secretive about it. So go on to, just at first, right now, just copy it to your desktop, create a new folder, just say paper wallet, And then this is for my tutorial, right? Okay, so you can name it, your version of the file, whatever you want to name it. Bitcoin paper wallet would be a perfect name, but I put tutorial so I know this is for the tutorial, right? So, and then save the file here. So now what we have is we go to the desktop, we have the file right here. See that? Okay, so now you can probably keep this here for now, but eventually you might want to delete this, delete all these answers, so only you know the answer to these paper wallets. Now, let me just kind of like repeat this real quick, okay? I don't think I said this. You made a passphrase, the password. It relates to all these paper wallets, okay? So in other words, in order to retrieve Bitcoins from any of these 7 paper wallets, you need the same password. You use the same password, okay, for all of these 7 paper wallets, okay? Now, once we've done that, let's use the sniping tool and save a copy. This is what I do, is I use the sniping tool, and then I do this, snipe the screen, and then just basically capture the screen. BTC wallet set 1, okay? Just name it set 1 because we might want to make more than 1 sets, right? So this is set 1, so okay. And you might want to do this too. Like here, you might want to do BTC wallet set 1. Okay, why? Because you might be doing BTC set 2 and so forth, right? You might want to make more than 1 sets, right? So make sure you put the you know which set is which. Now once we've done that, then we can, let me see, go to the sniping. Okay, I've saved it, right? Let me just make sure I've saved it. Yeah, it's right here. See, I've saved it. Okay, so we have the digital copy, and then I'm gonna go here and just close out the sniping version, the screen capture, and then go back to my browser. So I'm on here again on the bitaddress.org page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a version of it, right? So you actually have a physical copy on hand, right? That is a good idea. You can put in your safe deposit or put it underneath the mattress, anywhere you feel is safe, right? And besides, it's password encrypted. Okay, it has a password. We set up a password, so you need a password to retrieve the Bitcoins, right? So it's it's added safety. So print it, and then you will have a piece of paper like this, just like this. Let me see. Pictures. So you will have a piece of paper just like this, right? But brand new, without any of these writings on it, right? So please do that, and then once we've done that, then we're pretty much set, right? Let me see, wait a minute. Okay, so let's kind of go through the list real quick. Okay, we've made the BIP38 passphrase, save the file on the desktop, copy and paste the private keys. Okay, all right, so I think I've talked about this. Let me just kind of like go through this real quick, and then we're done for this lesson. Make sure you don't show anybody your private keys. Okay, under no circumstances would you send anyone this private key or enter it somewhere in a field on a website if they tell you that you can claim your free Bitcoin Gold or your free Bitcoin whatever coins by entering this private key. Okay, and the reason is because once they have your private keys, okay, they can take your Bitcoins. Now this is better, I think, because it's it's password, it's BIP38 encrypted with a private key, with a passphrase. I think they will not be able to retrieve it. They will not be able to take your Bitcoin even if you show them this private key. But I wouldn't risk it, because these days you never know. I mean, the hacker might be so so talented that they can still take out the bitcoins. Who knows, right? Or they can crack the password or somehow. Who knows? So never show anyone your private keys under no circumstances, really. And then your bitcoins will be safe. Basically, if you send your bitcoins there, just keep it, just keep it safe there, and don't try to send too many. Send perhaps maximum of 1 Bitcoin. I used to send 1 Bitcoin to each address, but now I think even sending 1 Bitcoin is a little bit too much because of the increase in the value. I mean, Bitcoin went up 10 times this year. Okay, it was less than 1,000. Now it's 10,000, right? So I would send perhaps 0.5 of a Bitcoin, to each address. But depending on how many, what kind of an amount we're talking about. I mean, I think sending 1 Bitcoin is still okay if you really take care of your address. Okay, but I wouldn't send more than 1 or 2, Bitcoins to each address. Maximum, I would just send 1 for me, Now I'm just going to start sending less, perhaps half a Bitcoin to each address if I were to do this again. Okay, because Bitcoin went up so much in value that, you have to consider what is a reasonable amount to send. Okay, guys, so this lesson, today we're done with this lesson. This is the first step in creating a paper wallet. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm sorry if I mumbled on and kind of make this lesson longer than it should be, but then I hope you can benefit from this lesson. Please watch my second lesson, because in my second lesson what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Bitcoins to the first address on the list as a test, okay? And I'm going to send perhaps 0.01 or 0.005 or just a very small amount to the first address and then retrieve it. So just make sure that the password is right before I start sending larger amounts to the other 6. Okay, that way you gotten the password right, so you will be able to retrieve your bitcoins, right? Because the worst thing would be if you send your bitcoins there and then you realize, oh, you made a mistake on the passphrase, and you can't even retrieve your own passphrase. Then that would be the biggest mistake you can make, right? So anyway, so kind of watch this video. Make sure you get these things, get these procedures under your belt, and you know what you're doing before sending a Bitcoins there. And then watch my other videos on Bitcoin paper wallets and Bitcoin safety. And if you have any questions, I do welcome you to contact me. Okay, you're welcome to connect with me using any of these channels. Okay, so I will leave it in the description. And okay, so much for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.